Hello, hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? Hope you guys are having a wonderful. What's today? Wednesday? Yes, Thursday. Thursday. Today's Thursday. Whew. All right. I am back in the world that I was playing just a couple of days ago, and we have just gotten up to the new Titan area. So I need to prep for Azios, and we're going to try to take him down. Hey, CW Wubba, what's happening? C-Double Wubba. Sorry, C-Double Wubba. That's a cool name. How are you doing today? All right, what have we got here that we need to put away? That. I have bloat seeds now. It's time to expand. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Another day, another $500,000. I wish. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying the update so far, and it's a good day in general. Been a good few days. Tin and some copper going. Alright, so I'm smelting my first scarlet, so let's think about this. I need to, hold on. Alright, I need to consider, what do I need in order to kill Azios? The blowpipe would be nice. So I should probably, you know what? There's a mold area not too far from where I first entered. I should do that. Hey, Dreamy Bling. There's been a new update to Core Keeper, the new 1.2 update. They've made a bunch of changes. They've added a new biome. They've redone a whole bunch of stuff all throughout the game. So there's lots of new stuff all over Core Keeper. So that's why I've created a new world, a new playthrough, and we're just kind of going through it all, seeing what we can see. All right, that's going. Interesting, I have exactly 8 scarlet bars. How convenient. I can actually reinforce my drill for once. And let's reinforce these as well. I'll just repair that. I can actually show off one of the new items right now. One of the things that they've changed in terms of progression is they now have these new shrines. And these shrines are where you get your Titan summoning items now. And so the core plays a much more active role in telling you how to handle progression. So the core puts a marker on your map that tells you how to find the shrine. And then you use your scanner to find Azios. And then you can summon Azios. and then it repeats the process with all of the new Titans. So, or all of the Titans in general, not just the new ones. Oops, wrong button. Let's swap these. Now, there is a mold dungeon right over here. So let's see where we can interact with it. Yeah, see, here's that ancient shrine marker. So... Hopefully no one can hear it, but apparently there's a car alarm going off nearby me. Excuse me. Ooh, a Pafungi seed. Nice. What do we got here? We've got some Scarlet. Ooh, some large bombs. Those will come in handy. Ivy's ring. Not bad. Poison potion. A little bit of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Come here, birdie. Have a piece of candy. Alright, there's a summoner ring right there. Oh, there he is. Gotta be careful. There we go. Having piercing right now is coming in very handy as I'm able to take out more than one of these guys at a time. Especially since I am so slow. Okay. It's funny, Mr. Teddy, if you had been here like 5 minutes ago, I actually just talked about those. These are the Titan Shrines. So here's one of them. This is the Azios Titan Shrine. And what happens is after you take down the Great Wall, then you'll talk to the core. And the core will mark on your map with this little exclamation point where the Azios Shrine is. And then once you beat Azios, you talk to the core again, and it will mark on your map where the Omeroth shrine is. Then once you beat Omeroth, you talk to it again, and it tells you where the Raw-Kar one is. Rinse, repeat, do it again, it'll tell you where the Hydra ones are. If you are in an old world, and you have already beaten all of the bosses, and the core has already gotten to the end of its dialogue in general, then you simply have to just find the Titan Shrines. But they're kind of optional, because if you've already done all of that, then you should already have a Hydra table, and you should already have the hologram pad with all of the items in them for the summoning of the bosses. So you won't lose anything if you don't find the shrines in your own world. They're just like extra waypoints, I guess you could say. Hey, Tito. Is your stream still going? Yeah, your stream's still going. Just coming in to say hi. Just gonna grab a little bit more wood for some more torches, and then we're gonna head back in. And Mr. Guy over here thinks he's being sneaky, that he can sneak up on me. Ain't no sneaking. Yeah, I haven't actually found all of the Titan Shrines in my older world. I had to make a new world to be able to find them easily. Which does kind of suck a little bit, but they are much more optional in a pre-existing world. So you it's more just for the extra waypoint. And that those extra waypoints are nice. I won't lie. So I'm on the hunt for a blowpipe right now. Will I make a monster farm in this playthrough? I can. I actually, there's a mob farm I've been needing to put together and do some experimenting with. One of my regular viewers and channel members has given me some good ideas on ways that I could implement the farm. So I wanted to actually put some of those ideas to the test. They seem to be working well for him, so I want to try them out. But we'll do that a little bit later. Right now, I want to work on this map and this playthrough, and then we'll hop over to my main world, and we can do a mob farm. Oh, that was dumb. I did not even see him there. Guess you're taking a sweet time to die. There we go. At least they're also slow. Like, can you imagine if the infected cavelings were moving at full speed and you were, like, all slowed down? It'd be a nightmare. Ooh, we got a chest in there. Let's see if we can break our way over to that area real quick. Got it. I see the tentacle up in the top left corner. Gotta make sure I get him before I get too close. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. Woo! If I get hit again, I'm going down. I got a fuzzy egg. That's cool. Get a Pheromoth. You know what? I don't need to kill him. Oh, whoa. Monkey Games, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. Do the spawn tiles only spawn mobs in the new area? No, they will spawn mobs in any biome. They work just like all other spawn tiles do. However, the new mobs have a very, very low spawn chance. Very low. If you fill every single spawn tile, if you fill every tile in a single spawn cell, which is 256 tiles, you will only have a 40% chance of spawning a mob at all once every 20 minutes. So their spawn rate is low. Yeah, I made a mob farm for the automatons myself that was about 100 tiles long and was 4 tiles thick. And it spanned 2 different spawn cells. So it had 2 rows in one set of spawn cells and 2 rows in another set of spawn cells. I'll explain more when ads end on Twitch. Oh boy. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I can't get away. Well, here, I'll go ahead and show you guys. Because I do need to make another mob farm anyway. I've been needing to do another one for different mob type. So we'll come back to there. We'll go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, all right, cool. So I need to set up my new mob farm. I need, let's see here. I need conveyor belts. I'm gonna need way more than that. Let's see here. Should only need one of these. Let's grab some wires. I probably won't need most if actually, you know, now that I think about it, I shouldn't need these at all. Let's grab a power generator. You know what? I'm going to grab a few wires just in case. I probably don't need any of these at all, but let's grab some. And then let's see here. Radiation crystals. Let's grab 20 of these. And grab all these industrial blocks because I really like the industrial block, and it's the toughest wall in the game right now. How many hours do I have in Core Keeper? I have a little over 3,000 hours right now. And then I only need a couple hundred of these, but let's... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to take them all. So this is my automaton farm. And As you can see, it's got quite a few flamethrowers that are in place. And it's a little over 100 tiles long. And it is... What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... It's 8 tiles thick. Sorry, it's 8 tiles thick. So it's 4 tiles in each spawn cell. So it's not filling... It's filling up less than half of each spawn cell with tiles. But it does a pretty good job. How much mining damage do you need to mine that block? The industrial block needs... I don't know the exact number, but I know that if you have over 3,000, you can definitely mine it. I'm not sure what the number is needed to one-shot the wall, though. So I attempted to build this mob farm. I need light. Holy crap. Okay. So, this was my first attempt at the mob farm, and it fell apart completely. As you can see, it's just ruins now. But we've learned a little bit, and so we're going to make this farm better. So these 2 lines here are the spawn cells. So knowing that, let's see here. I'm going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, perfect. 1, 2, 3. All right. Get rid of all that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Can't be bothered with him. He's in my way. Here we go. This is the edge. The whole thing. Excellent. Let's tear this out a little bit further. want to make sure I got plenty of room around the farm. Compared to console, the computer controls are unfair. Yeah, in fact, actually, you know what? I'm gonna pop in. I'm gonna start using some mods. I keep forgetting I have these mods. I have some quality of life mods that I have been avoiding using a lot lately. But I'm actually gonna. Is it still C? Yeah, let's set mode to vertical. Oh, it doesn't work for... Keep forgetting it doesn't work on shovels anymore. Oh well. That's 1, 2. I didn't even... that's funny. I didn't even see that caveling until I was swinging at him. Alright, there we go. There's that, and then... Let's come up here. That's a cute little scene. Anyway. Now we're gonna break out a little bit of space around it. Alright, excellent. Now let's get rid of this. The old walls that do us absolutely no good anymore. I am making a void mob farm. Hey, Zero. Good to see you, man. Sorry you're stuck at work today. But I hope I see you when you're on break. All right. So I like to put a moat around these new mob farms because these mobs are sensitive. They are very, very sensitive. I'm also gonna need, let's see here. Get some food in me. Hi. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to all the new people. Yes, some of them can jump the gap too. I gotta have a wall around the whole thing also. Um... All right, I need to do a little testing here. So if I put that there. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 3 up. Okay. 1, 2. That there. So yeah, there is a space. Okay. You're on your second world looking for the Wisdom Oracle card. Kong, is the Wisdom one the one that drops in the sewer? Or is that the one that drops off of the molten crates? Because those are the two hardest ones to find. Where can you get the Obliteration Ray? You beat the Fire Titan 3 times now and still no Ray. You can also get the Obliteration Ray from Arena Battle Chests. It also drops off of orbital turrets in the Shimmering Frontier. So you can just walk around killing the orbital turret guys. Or you can make a farm. And you can kill them that way. You also can go, if you kill the 3 Hydras, they will drop echo maps, which will take you directly to the alien battle arenas, so you don't have to search for them. Okay, so let's see here. This middle area is a dead zone. If I'm one... Yeah, if I'm one over... Alright, I need them to be overlapping, though. I'm gonna risk them being on the inside. Alright. Honestly, Kong, when it comes to the sewer one, you just got to explore the metropolises and hope that one of them has a sewer. That's really the only thing I can suggest. And it sucks when you don't get any sewers. Hey, Salty, the fastest way to get mechanical parts depends on where you are in the game. The fastest way... Yeah, it doesn't always spawn, yeah. The fastest way to get mechanical parts, overall, is to kill these new automaton guys. They drop a whole bunch of mechanical parts. This is my mob farm for them. I've got 183 parts in here, and I've only had this thing running for a couple of hours. If you are a little bit earlier in the map, the Shimmering Frontier mobs drop a lot of mechanical parts. So you can go kill orbital turrets to get mechanical parts at a decent rate. Malagaz drops a decent amount of mechanical parts if you kill him. He can drop upwards of like 10, I think. Yeah, determining spawn cells on console is really, really hard. KGR Organics. Usually what I like to recommend for console users is just don't worry about spawn cells. Just make your farms very, very long. So like what I do here is I have a really long farm. And if your farm is this long, then it doesn't matter if you're not precisely lined up on the spawn cells. You're still going to be in a whole buttload of them. So just make it thin and long, and you'll be fine. There's still some dead zones, though. Alright, so... that's going to be the edge. Okay, do these overlap? These are overlapping. That's overlapping. All right, any dead zone? Yes, there's a dead zone. Okay, so we got to bring it down a little bit. All right, so... what if I bring it down to here? Any dead zones? There's still a dead zone. Arg. Okay. So we got to bring it down one more. How? How is there still a dead zone? Mm. Yeah, I don't want to make this any thinner, though. That's my big problem. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. I used two to beat one. Now I'm going back to get your soul and retry. Nice. Apparently can't work out to how to automate fishing, box and arms for refilling the nets and arms. Just throw everything into the chest. Rest ends up on the floor. I can show you what I've got set up for fishing. Do you at least see a few on my friends list? Do at least see a few on your friends. That's good to see that you got some friends playing Core Keeper today. Bottom left is the center. Yeah, you're right. It is, isn't it? 'Cause 1 second. Give me a hazmat. What are the hazmat things called? Okay, let's see. Give hazmat helm. Give hazmat suit jacket. Give hazmat suit pants. Thank you. Bum, bum, bum. Now I'm not going to care about this anymore. The auto fishers do not give fishing XP. No, if you want fishing XP, you still got to do it the old school way. Any of the farms require you setting up in the new biome? No, you do not need to be in the new biome for any of the new farms. Okay, so that does get bigger. Okay. I swear to God. There's still 2 tiles. I think there's always going to be 2 tiles. Alright, so that at least tells me... Let's see here. Means I have to basically do this. They have to get pushed. One way or the other. Okay, so if they... Let me just plan this out a little bit. So that does that. And then... If I go 2 in the direction... And then I go 1 coming down. Little lag there, sorry. Sorry, I gotta go back to base real quick. Advice on how to get your running skill up? Yeah, let me show something let me show you that real quick. One thing you can do to raise your running skill very quickly is I've got a setup over here. So basically I just sleep here and what I do is I rebind my controller, or I rebind my keyboard for moving to the left. I rebind the key to spacebar so I can just put my phone or a heavy object on spacebar. If you're on a controller, you can do whatever you need to do to get the thing to constantly be moving you to the right. You sleep in the bed, and then with basically the moving right key stuck all the way to the right, you do this, and then you'll sit here, and your character will slowly take damage and die. Take off all of your armor, take off all of your gear, and you'll die, and then you will resurrect at your bed over here, and you'll immediately start running to the right again. And for every tile you move to the right, you will gain running skill. And then you'll just get all over the way, die, go back, rinse, die, go back, repeat, and it'll just keep doing that. And you can walk away from the computer or your console, and in like an hour or so come back, and you should be at max mining, or max running. How's the new update? You haven't got to play with the new electronics yet, Abyss? I'm enjoying it so far. It's been a fun update. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Okay. No, you cannot pick up the Ancient Forge. I used a mod to spawn that where it is. Just like what I'm about to do here is a mod. Square. Sorry, it's a little laggy. The game was not designed or optimized for this kind of large amount of placement. It gets a little glitchy. Oh wow, I ran out. Ran out right at the end, too. Ah, that's funny. Alright, so when I place down the spawn tiles... When I place down the spawn tiles, they will all come down here. They'll all just keep on coming down this way until they reach the kill zone, which is way, way down here. Alright, and then they'll get forced to the side and then pushed down. And if they're not dead by the time they reach the bottom, they'll cycle back up through it. I mean, they have their own movement, so they'll fight against all of this, of course. But if they don't move or they don't do anything special, they just sit in passive mode, then they'll still just keep cycling through down here. Stuck perpetually in the radiation zone. Alright. So now I need to place down my walls. And I know I'm not going to have enough based on what I've got on me. So let's just give myself an extra 1,000 just so that I know I have enough. Oops. Okay. Hey, Michael, thank you so much for the membership, man. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the club. Now we can place our walls around everything. Oh, actually, before we do that, real quick, let me take this in, because I want to be able to see inside this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want it to be dark when I'm looking for it later. Can't hit him from here. Alright, I don't want it to be dark when I'm, like, looking through from the other side. Is there some testing on aggro that I want to do that could really mess up this farm? But we won't be able to test it until we have everything fully set up, so... I gotta get rid of all these cavelings that are here on the sides. They gotta go. I gotta figure out where all the spawn tiles are for all these cavelings, and we gotta remove all that. So I cannot afford to have these cavelings aggroing even through the walls, because I have this... When I was testing the Void mob farm before the release, the Void creatures were aggroing me even through walls, which was really nuts. And so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen here. Hey, thank you so much for the Twitch follow. Love your content. Joining stream with friends. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Have I gotten any of the new stuff? I have, Scorp. I have. way he didn't die? Back here, you little shit. Study mage. Little motherfucker. Oh well, that little caveling's gonna get himself killed by the radiation, so who cares? Like, there's freaking cavelings everywhere, but there are no spawn tiles. There's one. One freaking spawn tile. Okay. There's like no caveling spawn tiles, but here they are. All right. Anyway. Okay, mod time again. Mode set to vertical. Increase. Let's see here. I need to leave one gap because I still need to get into this farm. All right, cool. That's done. Now, let's see here. You have full iron, you're struggling to kill King Slime. Well, King Slime is decently hard, Study Mage, especially at that level. You may try some extra buff food. That will help you out a lot. Especially with fishing. If you get some of the buff food from fishing, that'll really go a long way. And then let's see here. If you trying to think. If you get to the Scarlet gear, because really, I feel like King Slime's more like a Scarlet tier and higher kind of boss. So if you get to Scarlet tier gear, you may find it a lot easier also. Or bring a Scarlet hoe with you, and then if the slime is getting in your way, you can just quickly switch over, dig up all of the slime, and then go back to fighting. I'm actually going to need a few more wires than I thought, because now that I'm thinking about this more... Oh, I haven't grabbed a double chest yet. Let's do that. I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. Those are mine. Nothing else matters. Alright, now let's grab a double chest, and let's use the Sahabar chest, because why not? And back. Back we go. Okay. Yeah. That, and that. Okay, so what have I done here? What I've done here is I have taken these two item collectors and I have set it up so that they will be collecting anything that basically hits any kind of loot that hits these bottom 3 rows will get picked up by the 2 item collectors and put behind them, which will then get picked up by the 3rd item collector down there and put into the chest. So now we place down our muddled moss. And all of that's going to go underneath all of these conveyor belts. And the main reason I'm doing the muddled moss last is because I really don't want to deal with spawn for these guys. Oh, and I ran out. Crap. Crap. Okay. Ah, that's so much easier. Just do that. All right. I just got to make sure that these guys, these cavelings, don't aggro. Like, if he sees me and he aggroes on me, even though I'm on the other side of this wall, then that's a problem. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just catching up on stream. Do we have to make a new map for the update? No, you do not need to make a new map. Okay, it doesn't look like he's aggroing on me, which is good. Now we just need to make sure the kill zone works. All right. Let me catch up on the map chat here. You own the game, but it sort of eludes you and you can't seem to get into it. Hey, man, you know, it's not for everybody. If you can't get into it, you can't get into it. I understand how it is. Like, I know so many people that think Terraria is one of the best games ever made. I can't get into it. I don't like it. And that's just, you know, most people think I'm crazy for that opinion, but I just find it boring. So it is what it is, man. Not every game's for everybody, you know? And let's see here. You just passed 1,000 hours on Core Keeper? Nice. Yeah, no, this is one of my old maps, actually, that we're in right now. And it's got all the new content, no problem. Did the caveling literally just walk outside my kill zone? Douchebag, get back in the kill zone. If I have to, I'll extend the kill zone, but I was hoping I wouldn't have to, you know? If I have to extend the kill zone, I'll do it later. Hello. Is there a bug with life per hit? Apparently there's a bug on life per hit on PlayStation. I don't know if it's universal. I haven't put it truly to the test. I don't think CK is anything like Terraria. You know, people give lots of comparisons to the two games, and honestly, I don't see it. Other than the fact that they're both pixel games, I just don't see it. Sorry, my nose is itching. Nose is itching because I had a hair stuck to it. Okay, let's see here. Still got to catch up on chat. Geez, how many tiles do they need per chunk? A lot. We're making a mob farm, Freddy man. And let's see. The fact that no one's died yet worries me. They're still healing through it all, so this may need to be a much, much bigger farm. I may need to throw some poison tiles in periodically too. Since they've got this green radiation all around them, I can't quite tell when they heal because it's the same animation. I hope that when that brute is eating that caveling bread, he's not healing, but I have a feeling that he is every time he eats that bread. Wow, he just suddenly... Oh, no, he just took 80 twice. That's it. Thought he took 8,000 damage there for a second. Is there a way to farm the new mushrooms? You tried to spike trap with the void cavelings. Yeah, the void cavelings destroy frickin' everything. I have not found a way to safely farm the mushrooms. Not in large quantities. If you want to farm them in general, make your farm size 5 tiles. And no bigger than 5 tiles. Because at 5 tiles, you will spawn the mushrooms, but you will not spawn the mobs. So you can farm them if you do it in very small doses of no more than 5 per spawn cell. Question, can you just keep playing your old save file? Yes, you can keep playing your old save file. Can you use the new automatic doors to trap them inside their kill zones? Maybe. The problem is that the sensor the sensor extends on the other side as well for a couple of tiles. So the fact that maybe. Short answer is I think you might be able to, but there'll still be a chance that they can get out, because if they get too close, the sensor will still go off even from the other side, and it'll lower the door, and then they can get out. All right, so, well, in concept this works, but I think I need to make the, I think I need to make it bigger. I think is really what I need to do. I need more radiation crystals that they need to be stuck in more often. And I think I need to sprinkle some poison tiles around periodically. It'll decrease my spawn capabilities for this mob farm, and it'll... Oh, no, I can't do that. Or if I do, I have to be real careful about it, because I can only sprinkle in a couple, because I don't want to start spawning poison slime. Because if I start spawning poison slime, then that'll be even worse. I think I finally killed a larva. These guys also have a lot of hit points, so it can take a while. Sure reminds you of blockheads. I don't think you'll be able to place conveyors on top, though. The thing, Dr. Drill, Dr. Drill, what is it? Dr. Drilluga? Dr. Drillvaga? Dr. Drill? The problem with the Void guys, Dr. Drill, is that if you use the flamethrowers and the turrets, they will aggro on the flamethrowers and the turrets. And if they aggro, they activate this spell thing that blows up conveyor belts, it blows up walls, it blows up robot arms, it blows up frickin' everything. So these guys cannot aggro. And since they aggro from turrets and flamethrowers, you can't use those to fight these guys in the mob farm. Which sucks. It's heavily limiting. Heavily limiting. Do mobs get affected by tiles under the conveyors? I tried using magma slime to apply burn and it doesn't work. Mobs will be affected by tiles under conveyors, yes, but they are only going to be affected by the top tile under the conveyor. So if you have magma slime and then you have, let's say, muddled moss on top of that, the magma slime won't do anything and the muddled moss will spawn the muddled moss creature. But if you have like muddled moss down and then you put this magma slime on top of it, then the magma slime will work and the muddled moss will no longer spawn a creature. Same thing's true for poison. But also one thing that's worth noting also when it comes to magma slime is there are some creatures that are immune to burn, like magma slimes and lava butterflies. So if you apply burn to them, nothing's going to happen. Saw my crop farm video and you enjoyed it? Oh, thanks so much, man. Do the cavelings break trap tiles? These cavelings do, yes. These cavelings, the void ones, they 100% break trap tiles. It sucks. They're aggroed by everything. I think the issue is that radiation only takes 1 and I've overlapping field, so it's 80 damage. These guys literally take forever to die. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Zafkin. I need more radiation crystals, hitting them longer, going down the entire stretch of the farm, so that they're always taking damage and they can't get out of it. And even though it'll take a while to kill them, it'll at least that way they can't escape the radiation and they will die eventually. And so, yeah, the flamethrowers and the turrets work just fine for the automation guys. The only thing right now is that the flamethrowers have a bug in them where you'll notice that on the far right-hand side of the mob farm, there is a wheeled guy there. I don't know these guys' names yet. I'm sorry, I'm still learning. But the wheeled guy, he's not taking any damage, while the ones up front are taking damage. For some reason, damage doesn't apply to mobs on flamethrowers after more than 9 tiles away from the player. From what I've been told, that is a bug, and they're working on fixing it. So hopefully they'll have that fixed soon. So that's why the one in the back is not taking any damage, but the ones in the front are. The other thing is, though, is that with the automaton guys, they break walls. And they will aggro against you on the other side of a wall. So if I'm standing right here and that tile and that gap wasn't there, then these guys would start attacking me, even on the other side of this wall. So you need a moat for the automaton guys. You have to have a moat, or they will break out, and they can break every wall. They rip through walls. Oh, I'm glad that Switch got that crash fix. That's great. The farm video, you haven't watched it yet, but how are you dealing with the seed loss due to golden crops? Are you extracting seeds from them as well? I'm still getting, I'm extracting seeds from the golden crops also. Here, let me actually show you what my farm looks like. Hey, Nigi, thank you for the membership. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Madhouse. Let's see here. Do you know which block they were ignoring you from? Because I haven't tested it on every single wall type, I have to admit. So here's my crop farm. If you watched my video, you'll have seen this. Mike Crippen, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. Welcome to the Madhouse. Glad to have you. What was the question? Let's see here. How am I dealing with seed loss due to golden crops? So what I'm doing is the golden crops are also getting cycled through the seed machine. So some of my gold crops are getting eaten up, destroyed, and turned into seeds. And I'm just accepting the fact that I'm sacrificing some of my golden crops. I have a golden crop extractor arm right here as well that pulls golden crops out. And then I also have one that pulls off golden ore, because when you put golden crops through a seed extractor, you get seeds and you get gold ore from it. So this is the layout that's been working pretty well for me. I have basically what happens is all my arms here, they grab the crop, they bring the crop down, half the crop splits off and moves away from my seed extractor. Another half of the crop moves toward the seed extractor. The seed extractor mulches them all up, spits them out here back onto a conveyor belt, where they then get cycled through. They get split up and cycled through until all of the seeds are replanted. Some of the seeds will cycle back down, like maybe some of them don't get picked up, or I've already got everything done, you know, and all of the seeds are, all the spots are full. So then those seeds, some of them get stuck. They get moved back into the seed extractor. And so to deal with that, I have another set of robot arms that grab and put you down onto this conveyor belt. So anything that gets put into the seed extractor that isn't supposed to, like other seeds or gold ore, those get put onto this bottom conveyor belt, where they then get cycled back into the farm, and the process repeats itself. The fact that I have all these other robot arms here, these are to move everything that's moving away from the seed extractors. So when something hits the splitter here and moves away from the seed extractor, it then comes down and is grabbed by this robot arm, moved into this tile where it's grabbed by that robot arm, and moved here where it then keeps moving down the whole line until it eventually makes it back to these guys, which pull them out of the cycle. It also moves seeds from the left-hand side of the farm all the way down to the right-hand side of the farm and can cycle seeds back through to the right-hand side, so that if I get a bunch up of seeds on the right or on the left, eventually everything evens back out. So once that all evens out, this robot arm right here only grabs seeds, so it filters half of my seeds out of it, so that some of my seeds are actually leaving the farm, and I'm able to then grow my overall number of seeds that I have completely. And I have a farm set up for every single crop type. And I have 2 set up for bloat oat, because I use a lot of bloat oat. So then what happens? How many seeds does seed maker produce? 1 crop becomes 2 seeds. You're camped for a bit without them ever getting aggressive against that block. That's good to know. I'll have to use the industrial blocks from now on for that sort of thing. Yeah, 2 seeds per crop. So eventually, all of my crops, all of my seeds, all the stuff that isn't getting cycled back through the farm, all of them eventually end up on either this conveyor belt here or this conveyor belt here, which then gets moved over here into my critter section. And I have different robot arms grabbing different crops. And so what they do is one robot arm will grab a crop and put it into the critter farm. And if there are, if the critter farm is full, this robot arm will still grab the crop and place it, but the crop will be floating. So that's what this robot arm is for. This robot arm grabs those extras and just drops them back here and lets it keep going through as just an extra crop. And this robot arm that's facing inward, that grabs critters that I get from the critter farm and puts them back onto the conveyor belts so that they move further down the line. Where do I get the fishing nets? Oh yeah, this took me ages to figure out how to do and to build. Fishing nets you get from the fishing workbench, which used to be the bait workbench. So it's been renamed, but it still has bait, but it also has the fishing net now. Basically, you can make dedicated seed fields where all the crops will be made into seeds, and the overflow will then move to the main. Yeah, you could absolutely do that if you wanted. @symbol, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. Welcome to the Madhouse. And as a gold member, you will also have access to our member servers. So check those out on the Discord. That is where you will find access. So then this here is my dodo farm, which is starting to get a little out of control. But I grab critters that I generate from my critter farm here, and some of those critters get added into the dodo farm here. So you can see I've got a bunch of critters here waiting for the dodos to eat them. And then some of the critters then get, because there's a splitter right here. So half of them get put into all the critters that get picked up. Half of them get put into the farm. Half of them get placed right back onto the conveyor belts where it comes down here, excuse me, into the fishing farm. And so I've got, because I'm in the desert, the critters that I generate are many legs and little deaths. So I have it alternating, and depending on where you put your fish farm will determine what kind of critters you can grab. But the critters get grabbed by this robot arm and put into the fish farm. And then this robot arm right here grabs any overflow, and it also will grab the fish that are produced. And it just puts them on the conveyor belt and brings them right back onto the line. And it does that for all of the fish types. Wouldn't it be quicker to just have hardened sap there rather than waste the caught critters? I could. Yes, I absolutely could put hardened sap right here instead and not waste any of my caught critters and just have them all come into the farm. That would absolutely work, yes. However, that makes for a 5-second video. And this design made for a longer video. So some of my designs are also for video purposes. But yes, you are absolutely right. Hardened sap would work just as well. 100%. Then all of it comes here. This is the cooking farm. And the cooking farm will grab my golden bloat oat and then whatever I have set up to go with it. Because I use golden bloat oat in everything. So then here's my barrel fish. More bloat oat. More fish. Fish. And it just moves all of the crops and everything through each cooking pot. And all of the finished cooking products end up on this lower conveyor belt where they get cycled through, and then the ones from this bottom one end up on the upper conveyor belt. And again, all of this just cycles through the whole thing. Each one of these has a different recipe. Here's Lunicorn, Golden Lunicorn, Golden Bloat Oat, until all of it reaches the storage area here. All my finished cooked foods come down here. All the overflow of product that didn't fit into any of the cooking pots, like all the seeds, the gold ore, all my excess critters, all the non-golden crops that I'm using, as well as all the fish that I'm not using. All of that comes here into this storage area, and I can take all of this and move it and do what I want with it. So you can see I'm generating a ton of seeds. Ton of seeds. Critter catchers cannot catch critters from hardened sap. No, unfortunately. You can catch critters from natural sources with a bug net. Unfortunately, the one drawback, there's a couple of drawbacks. You don't gain any gardening skill. You don't gain any fishing skill. You don't gain any cooking skill. So you'll want your skills to all be at 100 before you make these farms. You also cannot get epic food if you automatically do fishing. I'm currently bugging and poking at the devs to see if they can change the way epic food works so that it's similar to golden crops, where you always have a chance for that rarer quality food and the skill just enhances it. If they do make that change, then that would make it so that this farm would be able to produce epic food. But as of right now, no epic food. However, it does get epic or legendary fish. I mean, I got a star nautilus from this thing. It's just very, very rare that the fishing nets will produce the star nautilus. So you can get the nautilus from the fishing nets. You just aren't going to gain any skill from it. And you cannot get the epic food. Rare is the best you can hope for right now. Yeah, doing everything automatic does have its drawbacks. It's also slow. It's very, very slow. And the more cooking stuff you have in here, the slower the cooking aspect of it becomes. So there definitely are some drawbacks. What action produces the epic food? Taking the food out. So you could automate the whole process all the way up to putting the food in, and then just don't have anything that takes the food out of the cooking pots. That you could absolutely do. And then you just have to come in manually and manually remove all the food. You'll gain cooking skill if you do that, and you'll gain epic food. So that is one way to do it. I just want to check on my farm here real quick, because I've made some changes to it recently, and I want to make sure it's still working fine. Alright. Looks like it's actually good. It's not bottling up anymore. I was having a real bottleneck problem in this farm, where I was getting just tons of mobs just building up right here, down below, and just getting stuck. So I opened it up pretty heavily and added a bunch of flamethrowers, hoping that that will kill them all really quick. Yeah, I am going to do another sorting vid, 100%. It's on the docket, although I'll be honest with you, it's probably going to be a few weeks. But when I get back to, I'm plotting out new mob farm videos, and once I do the new mob farm stuff, I'll do a new sorting setup video as well during all of that. But that'll probably be in the next few weeks to the next month or so. Robot arms have always been able to grab through walls. Actually, what you need to do is the item needs to actually be pushed into the wall. So what's happening up here is that this conveyor belt is pushing all the items into the wall tile, and the robot arm is just grabbing items from that wall tile. But yeah, this has worked since early access. Just came to mind the issues with your Xbox playthrough. Your farm was huge and you're getting sick of deleting, scrapping items. I hear you. That's why I love that there's now an auto scrapper with the new update. So that's what this is right here. This is the auto scrapper. And what it does is all of my excess items are all getting, so you can see this crystal club here is getting grabbed, put into the auto scrapper, chewed up, and all of its components are going to get spit out the back. And it can only do one item at a time. That's why I have this like set up here, so that this monk mask, it'll cycle back around and it'll eventually get picked up and scrapped also. But yeah, once it gets scrapped, all of the parts then go back onto the conveyor belt and everything gets placed back in storage. And this is the storage area that I've got set up, because this is where all the parts come, everything from the mob farm, as well as all the stuff that gets scrapped from the materials, all ends up here. And so yeah, I think it looks good, and you get a lot of mechanical parts from it, and you get a lot of gems too. But then over here, I just have a box that's just full of the other items. Just in case I decide I want them, I have an entire chest just full of them. And these all have filters on them, so they only grab the item that they're supposed to grab. And the one in the back here is the only one that grabs every item. So I've run into some problems with Jay-Z chaining scrap. I haven't worked out the problem with daisy that I have right now with daisy chaining the scrapping tools, because um they spit the item out the back every time, and you always, even if you're so here's what ends up happening. If you get an item that doesn't fit into the shredder, then it just kind of gets stuck there. You have to create a loop with the shredders, kind of no matter what. It's weird the way they're put together. Like daisy chain a few of them together, and then dump like 10 items at once. Like when they're coming one at a time in a slow, even pace, then yeah, it can handle it. But dump a buttload of them at once at it, and it can't handle it. And I like to design my farms to be able to handle mass amounts of items that hit them at once also. I don't want it to ever have a fail point, you know? Um, and I have yet to find a good way to daisy chain them together without having a fail point that can occur. I'm sure one exists, and I'm sure that someone will figure it out if it's not me. but but yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. I need to spend more time on it, to be honest with you. I haven't spent enough time on it. All right, let's go back to the other world. Yeah, it's a lot easier to show than to tell when it comes to a lot of those designs. It'll be fun to figure it out, though. And if one of you guys figures it out before I do, post, send me a DM about it or post it in the Discord. We have a Core Keeper Discord area where we can post screenshots. We talk about stuff all Core Keeper related. So if you're not part of the Discord, join the Discord and, show off your designs. Because I want to say, like, probably, like, there's a decent percentage of, like, things. I can't think of everything. So I love it when you guys give me ideas. Like that idea to use radiation crystals, I don't know why it never occurred to me, but it never occurred to me. Even though I've used radiation crystals in mob farms before, it never occurred to me to use radiation crystals for those void mobs at all. And one of my regular viewers, Zedrew, he's the one that thought of it originally and was like, "Hey dude, have you thought of radiation crystals?" And I'm like, "Oh my god. You're right." Higgin, do you have any mods that let you farm, let your farm run when you're not around? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm not aware of any mod that exists currently for that. But they just updated what you can and can't do with modding, so who knows? Maybe a mod like that might pop up in the future. All right, we need to go back to my body. That's what I was doing. I was hunting mold dungeon stuff. 10 feathers. I don't think I have 10 ancient feathers yet in this world. Oh, wait, hold up. I need to repair. The biggest tip, JSG, that I can give is to talk to the core. Once you've woken the core up, talk to the core all the time. The core will tell you what to do. The core will tell you where to go. The core will give you everything that you need. Your biggest thing is trying to get your 3 wood farms and smelter array head at the same spot for a crafting area. Hold on. Let me show you what I've got set up for that, Wolfinato. Because I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't have mine set up into my crafting area. Sorry, I'm hearing a weird noise. I think one of my cats is messing with something. So yeah, I don't have it going into my crafting area because this is my crafting area right here, and I just have my 3 chests full of my crafting area stuff. And all my crafting benches, but over here in my storage area, I've got my 3 wood farms with their planks set up. I've updated them recently. And those all move down this, down this conveyor belt system. And then I've got this chest right here where I will just throw all of my ore into the chest, and it grabs them all, and they all get picked up for all of my smelters here. And then the finished products all end up in their appropriate chest. And I also have over here a couple of shredders set up for my Wild Warden items, because I've got plenty of Wild Warden gear. I don't need any more, and they drop from these things. So anytime I get a Wild Warden item, it gets shredded up, and then everything comes down and gets placed in their appropriate chests. And then I have an overflow chest right here for stuff like the Wild Warden gear, things like that. And everything has a filter on it. The item collectors have filters on them. The robot arms have filters on them. Everything's all filtered. Hey, how's it going, Mossfelt? Hope you're having a great day. Sometimes the robot arms don't grab everything at right the time. That's another reason why I have the overflow, is because, you know, seeds make it through. Sometimes the pauldrons and stuff. Sometimes stuff makes it past the filters. And so it's always good to have an overflow spot. You were just built and destroyed a smelter array like that. Didn't like the size of the footprint compared to what you had. Along with how many robot arms. That's fair. I don't mind big footprints. I know a lot of people like to try to make everything as compact as possible, and I get that. I don't mind sprawling. Because this is definitely less compact. It's both more compact and less compact in many ways. Like, it's more compact because I have everything basically on a line, and it's less compact because it's like flattened out. Like, I used to be much more of a square and there was a lot more dead space, and now it's this little rectangle with less dead space but more of a footprint. Here's another reason why so, yeah, it's good to have an overflow chest is sometimes when everything's coming this fast and you get a whole bunch of stuff at once, the item collectors can't keep up. Same thing with the robot arms. The robot arms just can't keep up. And so having an overflow area helps just in case. Zorification, thank you so much for the YouTube membership, man. Welcome to the Madhouse. All right, back to the other map. Man, my nose will not stop itching. What do I think about the new update? Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I have a few criticisms, but I do go into a lot of those criticisms in my review video. Yes, Hero of Dermoid, the item collectors do have a filter. I've got a review video coming out in a couple of days where I go over a lot of my criticisms of the update. But I would say overall, I'm pretty happy with it. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff that was added, and I appreciate everything that was added as well. Hey, copy whatever you want, Wolfenate. Wolfenato. That's what my stuff is here for. It's here to help people. It's here to be copied. It's also here to be improved upon, because I don't always make the best designs. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, people will take my designs and then they'll figure out a slightly better configuration for it, or a slightly more efficient design, or something that works just a little bit better. I love that. I agree with you, Carly Arnius. The update was definitely a huge step in the right direction. And if they keep making steps like this, then I think the game will continue to improve overall. I have to say my biggest criticism was the amount of time it took between updates. That's probably my biggest criticism. If I had any advice that I feel like would make the player base happier and would do things overall that I think would kind of smooth things over a bit for people, is if a lot of stuff was, if we got little releases every like couple of months, you know, like the echo maps. The echo maps could have been separated from the main update and just released on their own. And it wouldn't have negatively impacted this update at all. And if we had gotten the echo maps 3 months ago, 6 months ago, then we all would have been like, holy shit, this is amazing. And we would have had significantly less criticisms about the amount of time that it's taken for updates. So some of the, just letting out some little updates here and there. What I would like to see is maybe an update a month or 2 from now that's just like 3 or 4 brand new summoning items, or even 2. Even if it's just 2 new summoning items. 2 new summoning items a month from now or 2 months from now, I think people would be thrilled. I don't have a glass smelter in my auto smelter setup. No. I actually have that. I don't make glass very often, so that's just over in my crafting area, and I just make it as needed. That came out of the dark. He came from behind. I got stuck. Frankly, I think I'm doing all right for being in the infected area that early. I normally don't go into the infected area when I only have iron level gear. It's a bit dangerous. Looking forward to the weekend when you have more time. Yeah, I hear ya. I'm actually, oh, I should probably mention this while I have like a bunch of people here. Um, Videos will be coming out every day for the next like 4 or 5 days, but this is my last stream until Tuesday, as I am going out of town with my wife this weekend. We're going to take a little vacation. I have not had any kind of vacation in a couple of years now, and I'm looking forward to just a little bit of time away from home. I'm only going to be gone for the weekend. It's actually a work trip for my wife. For me, it's completely R&R. And yeah, so I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming this weekend, but I will be back by Tuesday, and we'll start up again with streams. But there will be content. There's still going to be videos every day. I've already got the videos uploaded, and if you want early access to those videos, you can become a channel member. If you join my YouTube channel, you get early access to all the videos. I'd love to say Patreons do too, but unfortunately I am lazy and I don't upload my videos twice, so Patreon members don't get early access. Let's catch up on chat. I felt like it took too long. Too long time to have the update when you and your friend went to Core Keeper again, see all the new stuff. You killed the 2 bosses in like 3 hours of exploring. Yeah, I won't lie, that's a concern I had too. Like the very first time I saw the new biome, I was like, that's it. Now, admittedly, they do pack a lot more into a much smaller space. Oh, I see all of you. There's a lot less need to roam around as much, as, like I said, they pack a lot more. It's a much denser area. Scenes are packed together a lot more closely, and you know, you always feel like you're in the middle of a city and there's something going on, something around the corner. So it's you get a little bit more. I feel like you get a little bit more out of that biome than you necessarily do with some of these other ones that are designed to be more expansive. But yeah, no, it's you still get through it real fast. It's because it's good you caught me now. If I have a moment or two to talk about the Core Keeper upgrade, yeah, hey Leos, ask away, man. I'll answer any question I can. Good news is that it was hard to go in the new biomes. The mobs took a lot of, yeah. The mobs are the big danger in this biome, or in the new biome. The bosses really aren't the threat, the mobs are, which I find interesting. Alright, I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
maps if you have already come across the scene they reveal. I'm dropping frames, aren't I? My stream. Did my stream cut out for a second there? Okay. Anyway, sorry. So to answer your question, Helios, yeah, a bit of a stream hiccup. At least it happened while I was AFK, right? I'll try to keep an eye on it because that's been happening a lot the last few days. So, where are the others? And do they not drop if you've already come across the scene? You are correct. If you've already come across the scene, they will not drop. You get one off of Azios. There's one off of all the Titans, basically. Azios, Rawkar, and Omeroth all drop one. Ivy drops one. Igneous drops one. And the 3 Hydras each drop one. I love how I grab a torch and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's a caveling right there. Can't believe I haven't gotten a sorry. Can't believe I haven't gotten a blowpipe yet. The drop rate's not that bad. Yeah, the one for Azios is the scene that it finds is the fisherman scene in Azios's wilderness. which I think honestly is the dumbest thing for there to be a echo scanner for. All of the echo scanners are so good, except for the one that drops off of Azios. The one that drops off of Azios is just dumb and pointless. I got shot from behind. They came from behind. Are the flamethrowers better than the Galaxite turrets? I think so, yeah. They have a weird bug in them right now, though, where they don't they don't do damage to any enemies that are further than 9 tiles away from the player, which kind of sucks. So don't replace your Galaxite turrets with flamethrowers just yet, but you can augment your Galaxite turrets with flamethrowers, and it'll definitely help. But once they fix that bug, then yeah, flamethrowers are really freaking cool. Yeah, Helios, I know. That's one of the main reasons why I think that the echo map for the for that scene is stupid as hell. Honestly thought I'd kill him. Oh, well, I'm not on my... the mistake I made was I'm not wearing the right gear. I didn't switch back over. Still in my mining gear. Is that a pedal ring? Looks like a pedal ring. That is a pedal ring. Nice. Ooh, the desert's right here. That's gold. I'm not mining gold on a desert wall. Give me some galaxite, though. Oh, shit. Nope. Nope. I am not prepared to fight you guys. I am only in iron. I am an innocent, sweet little baby goat. No! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! No! Go away! Go away! Damn it. Yes, EDE Han. The reason I'm using radiation crystals instead of the other methods on the voids is because the voids aggro to all the other methods. You put a flamethrower, a turret, a trap, anything else down. Heck, you could even put a robot arm down in the area. As long as they can see it, they will aggro it, they will attack, and they'll activate their little spells that blow shit up, and they'll just rip everything to pieces. I actually reported them aggroing as a bug during when I had early access to it, and I got told, nope, that's behaving as expected. I was like, oh, great. God, I thought I'd killed him. I heard the wrong sound. How do you get the cat house? The cat house, I believe, is at the loom. Yeah, I'm hunting a blowpipe. The drop rate for the blowpipe seems to suck right now, though. Or I'm having... The RNG gods are frowning upon me at the moment. I'm not getting anything from them. Where's my streamer luck? I haven't checked my skill tree in a while. I probably have a bunch of skills that I can, or skill points that I can spend. There it is. Blowpipe. Nice. Oh, crap. Am I out of torches? I must be completely out of torches. Gonna mark the spot where my stuff is. Like it's a shorter walk to go here, but it's a safer walk to go here. I don't have room for tin even? Wow. I do now. Alright. Let's dump this stuff. I'd like to kill Azios before I finish today. I got a Wild Warden mask, which I don't need. Petal ring is useful. Fuzzy egg is useful too. Let's get that hatching. Okay, I need 20 scarlet bars in order to do the next workbench. Got a ways to go. How many do I have? Oh, there we go. 20. All right, now I don't have enough scarlet on me right now, but I'm leaning toward the first thing I buy is the upgrade station.
I feel like the upgrade station is probably my best bet. Let's see here. The laboratory table is a good second choice, since that will get me greater healing potions, which can be helpful. I don't have enough poison slime for them at the moment, but it's a better way of getting ores than to drill them and put conveyor belts to the base. I never put conveyor belts to the base because that feels to me like a giant waste of resources since the drills eventually go away. I just, I kind of do this. If I have a spare waypoint, I'll put a waypoint near the drill that I'm currently doing. And, I just let them harvest next to it. And then I come and just pick it all up. If once you have robot arms and things like that, or if you have um, an item collector, you can use an item collector to grab everything up from the drill and put it into a smelter so that when you go back, you're getting bars instead of ore. So, make a couple of these. Because I really need to level up my ranger armor because it's only level 3. I think the biggest hurdle for me is going to be uh money. Damn. Because I have like no ancient coins right now. I could sell some of my junk. I do have junk I can sell. Ugh. Hardly worth it. What I normally do is cook food. So I've got my little farm going. But I need to get it. I need to grow the farm. The farm needs to grow, and I need to add sprinklers to it. Which requires scarlet. See what I can do. Those are... I mean, level 7's not the best, but... Yeah, level 7's still iron level. More importantly, though, are these guys. Because they're so low. Just going to take each one to 5. And hope I don't run out of ancient coins. Ah, I ran out of ancient coins. Still, it helps. I got him up a couple levels. That helps. Alright, how much scarlet do I need for the hoe? I need 6 scarlet for the hoe. How much do I have? 4. I still haven't found a garden trowel. I've actually been looking for one. I haven't found one yet. Hey, Jay. How are you doing today? Steal away with your emotes, sir. Alright, I don't feel like I need the grub capex anymore. I'm going to put the bloat oats in their place. I've got a decent supply of fiber at this point.
Okay. So are my YouTube vids going well? Yeah, actually, they are pretty good. Eric, how are you doing today? And yes, I did start a fresh world for the update, Jay. Golden Pupili plus Tornfish. Yep. Those are all good ones. Those are all good. Zymlik, thank you so much for the YouTube membership, man. Welcome to the Madhouse. Glad to have you here. Thank you for coming. I actually have a fish farm right here. And a little critter farm. Can it be fully automated, though? Of course it can, Jay. Of course it can. Am I able to fully automate it right now on this server? No, because I don't have enough Scarlet. But I do have it fully automated on my main world. Okay. Do I have a video about how to do it? I do, actually. It's up right now. It's currently up for members only. But it will... The fishing one comes out in a couple weeks, actually, I think. No? When does the fishing one? Yeah, the fishing one comes out in a couple of weeks. Unless you're a member of the channel, then it's available today. I have a 7-part series that's like my farm to table series, where it starts off with crops and goes to critters and cattle and fish and cooking and takes you all the way through the process to completely automate your farm from raw ingredients to finished cooked food, as well as automatically storing all of it. Those videos are coming out on my channel once a week for the next like 6-7 weeks. The first one's already out. The second one, I think, is coming out on next Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I think it's next Wednesday is when the next one comes out. And they'll be coming out every Wednesday after that for the next few weeks. If you can't wait that long, you can always buy a YouTube membership and you can watch them all today. Lune, how's it going? Good to see you. Yes, Mossfelt, that is what that video series that I just talked about is all about. Start with a crop farm, go all the way to making a food. Absolutely. Okay, how many ancient feathers do I have? 5. I need 5 more ancient feathers. Okay. Oh, you just finished your achievement? Nice. Progress here is going a little slow. I'm only at Azios right now. I don't have a lot of iron either. Ugh. I don't have an iron boulder, which really sucks. Wish I had an iron boulder.
All right, so I've got some loot still over here that I need to pick up. We'll get around to it. In the meantime, I need a buttload more scarlet. Caveling Mother's Ring. Woo! Heal over time. Helps if I'm actually using some real gear. There's a lot of cavelings over there. Holy crap. Where are all you guys at? Ow. Oh, Jesus. Grumpa, thank you so much for the Twitch follow. Oh, wow. That is a lot of eyes in the dark. Oh, I saw... Ooh, I saw him sneaking up on me just in time. Uh-oh. About to get shot. Aha! He got a shot off right as I killed him. Cheeky bastard. Wow, my eyes are starting to vibrate. I may need to take a bit of a break. Whoa. Dagan, do I know how scene generation works when new content is retrofitted into an old world? In what sense? I mean, yes. But what are you trying to find out? Like, how the game determines what new scenes and where new scenes go and things like that? Or... You left some scenes unexplored in the wilderness trying to look for your contributor scene, but no luck. Ah.
The new scene, yeah. I mean, if you left a few chunks unexplored, there's a chance that they would spawn in there. Um, but obviously, our contributor scenes are not guaranteed scenes, so there's no guarantee that it will spawn, even if it had the opportunity to. Have you seen your contributor scene, Owl? Because I can spawn it in real quick if you haven't seen it. Finally got a hardened sap. Oh, God. You have? Okay, good. Good. um, Owl, do you use chat commands ever? Oh, an iron boulder. Alright, cool. I needed an iron boulder. I'll take this. Let's get this area cleaned up a bit, though. The mod, yeah. Do you use the chat commands mod? If you don't want to deal with finding the scene or recreating it from scratch, and you have chat commands, Owl, if you hit the tilde button on your keyboard, it pulls up this special window. And then if you type in spawn custom scene, and then hit tab, you'll get this spawn custom scene command. And then start typing in contributor, and you can see there's all the contributor scenes. And so there's contributor Al Lune book. And if you type that in and hit enter, it'll just spawn the whole scene for you, wherever you want it. Hey, Living Zero Zen. I'm doing good. I'm loving the update. I mean, I have some criticisms about the update, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Do you have the update yet yourself? Are you enjoying it? And Owl, if you forget what to do, just DM me, and I'll give you the instructions again. It's pretty straightforward. I've already got a copper boulder going, so I'm not worried about that. Alright, I've got enough ancient feathers to make the scanner. Let's head back. Just fighting with G-Portal. Oh, I appreciate that you used that. What's going... You know what? You know what? I had problems with mine also for Core Keeper. What I had to do to get mine up and actually working is I had to go... Hold on. I had to go into my settings. I'm not gonna, like, throw it up on the screen because, it'll show details I don't want to be made public. But, hold up. I want to make sure I give you the right information. If you go into your Core Keeper server on G-Portal and you go into basic settings, one of the basic settings is game ID. And you have to set a game ID. You have to set the game ID yourself. It won't do it for you. And you have to set the game ID. It has to be at least 28 characters long and has to be like an alphanumeric like thing. I originally set mine to be like a phrase. Like I originally set mine to be like, "Welcome to Dakin's Madhouse, friends." You know, like an easy to remember phrase, and it did not like that. Like the server would not load when I did that. So then when I changed it to just a bunch of random letters and numbers, it worked. And the server popped up, started to function. I was able to connect to it, had no problems. So give that a try. Go into your basic settings, go to your game ID and set that to a random string of 28 letters and numbers, and that might bring it up for you. At least that's what fixed my problem with it. Yeah, I had a phrase too, exactly, and that didn't fix it. Yeah. Magnet Kitty, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Madhouse. Nice to have you here. You watched my auto crop farm video. It was super helpful since I figured out the right amount to keep the process going. Yeah, I found that once you go above like 8 or 9, 8 or 9 crops in a single line, it's too fast. It's the seed extractor can't keep up.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to get to Azios today. I really don't think I am. All right. I need to take about 5 minute AFK break. So I'm going to go ahead and if I can, I'm going to force ad breaks on everyone. Twitch won't let me force an ad break, but YouTube will. I'm going to force an ad break and I'm going to go AFK for a minute. So I will be right back, guys.
Alright, I am back. I am honestly not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to play today. I still have to pack. And I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Hey, if the stream hiccups are going to happen when I'm not here, that's the best time for them to happen. Rather than when I'm in the middle of something important. Hey, Squishy Plush Mallow. You got some automated plant farms going now? Glad I could help. Oh yeah, I have no doubt that it's probably something in my internet. I my internet sucks. There's no real competition in my city for internet providers. There's only like 2 of them. And so they don't provide much in the way of actual service. They're just like, you get what we give you, go fuck yourself. It's like Comcast, but no, it's not. Basically, there's actually 3. Well, actually, you know what? Let me be honest. Now, there's only 2, like, local internet providers. There's, AT&T, and then there's, oh, what's the other one? Cox Cable. And AT&T, they only offer DSL in this area. And even to this day, I have called, like, I actually called AT&T, I want to say, it was actually about a year or 2 ago now. So it's been a little while, but I called AT&T to see what they offered in my area. And the best they offer, because they've never gotten around to upgrading the lines, the internet lines around the city. So the best they offer in my area is 3 megabits per second download and 500 kilobits per second upload. That's all AT&T offers in my area. So as a result, Comcast, or not Comcast, Cox is like the only internet, cable internet available in the area, the only internet available in the area, with an exception. I'll get to the exception in a second. And Cox offers 10 megabits per second download with 2 megabits per second upload. And that's all they offer. Can't get any better, can't get any worse, and they charge $100 a month for that crap ass internet. So the only other alternative, then there are alternatives. The alternatives you go to then are the cell companies, because Verizon and T-Mobile Both have cellular-based internet in the area. And so I'm actually on T-Mobile for my internet, but it's cellular based. So when the cell towers get clogged down, like they've been clogged down because we just finished Mardi Gras, and we're going into St. Patrick's coming up soon. So we're in tour. It's tourist season here in New Orleans right now, and so as a result, our cell lines get clogged down and have issues. So that's all I can do. It's the best I've got. New Orleans is a great city to visit. It is a horrible city to live in. Like I was saying, I got to start packing and I've got to get the house ready because I need to do like dishes to make sure that I got stuff like food bowls ready for the cats and all sorts of shit like that. There's a lot of stuff I've got to get done tonight before we leave. No, I did not. Oh, where am I going? Just came back from the, you just came back from the shower. I was like, I didn't come back from the shower. I'm going to Atlanta for a couple of days with my wife, taking my first vacation in years. For her, it's a work trip, but for me, it's going to be an actual vacation. Leaving tomorrow, and we'll be back. We'll be back Sunday. Ooh, this is a good one. 3 triple troubles and 2 crit hit chances and a crit hit damage. That's a good Fairmoth. I think I'm going to switch to the Fairmoth. Need to level him up, but that won't take long. Hey, Grind Green Stuff. Yeah, nice username, bro. You just saw the video on my big mob farm. It had an auto scrap system. Is there any video showing how that works? I don't have a video showing how auto scrapping works currently. No, but there is one in the works. Oh, wow. Azios isn't far. Look at that. He's right there. Azios's Arena. All right, let's find Azios's waypoint. There it is. Wow, now that's some luck right there. That is not why I took a break, but it's definitely going to be happening as soon as the stream ends, though. I actually had to feed my cats, which is why I took a break. It's their dinner time. I don't know why I'm doing this the normal way when I have a mod. All right. So let's do this and then set mode to square, set block mode to ground, and make that big, and plop, 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 plop. Done. Placement Plus is the best mod ever. You can hit snare plants with ranged weapons now, yep. Yeah, there are plenty of ancient feathers there for a scanner. That's very true. Yeah. Oh, I don't have the iron bars either. Wow. All right. Well, at least I still got a little bit more of an upgrade. They're almost, my gear is almost Scarlet tier at this point. Hold on, let's do this real quick. Yeah. I think getting everything to level 10. I don't know why I still have a wooden shield. Because I haven't found a better offhand yet. Can you believe I still have not had a Swift Feather or a Rift Lens drop? Is that not madness? Absolute madness. In fact, actually, you know, I don't think I can beat. I'm not ready for Azios. I know I'm not ready for Azios. But you know what I can do? I can do some cheese. Oh, and I put away. Oh, I forgot the dodo egg gives you melee. Oh well. Okay. Let me just eat these so that I can get my food back up. Sit here for a minute. Heal up. Oh, I'm out of slime. Okay. kill Malagaz a few times and see if I can get a Rift Lens. Should be a pretty easy fight for me at this point. Just sucks that the path to get to him is kind of roundabout. I can't break through these maze walls yet. So I can't take the shortcut. If I absolutely need to, I've got the cheese mode set up for it. So, all right. Almost got through that fight without getting hit at all. Hey, Rift Lens. Sweet. What else did I get? Home of Ashes. I've already got a battle axe. These I got 7 mechanical parts. That's cool. Sweet. Rift Lens. Swap that out. And here I was thinking I was going to have to do this a whole bunch of times. Alright, well that was easy. Okay, where's my automation bench? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, where is that boulder? There it is. It's up there. So I go to the shrine and I go northeast. Okay. Let's check this boulder real quick. I don't think I'm anywhere near running out yet of ore on this thing, but it would be nice if it would run out. If I could move the waypoint. Yeah, it's still going. All right, iron's going. Cool. So I've got an iron boulder, a copper boulder, and a tin boulder all running now. I've got decent crops going, but it can be better. And I found Azios. I just don't have exactly what I need to summon him quite yet. So once we get what we need to summon Azios, we will be good to go. And we can start pushing forward for some of the later game stuff. I am, however, going to go ahead and call it here for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you're on Twitch, hang out for a bit, and we will do a raid. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. If you have a Twitch Prime that you don't feel like using anywhere else, I'll gladly take it. I've got a merch page if you're interested in supporting the channel like that. If you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways, I've got Patreon, Twitch, Twitch subscriptions, YouTube memberships, all sorts of stuff that come with perks. And that is everything for my shameless shelling and plugging. So thank you guys so much again for joining me today. And let me get this raid started. Let's see who we got going. Ooh, we got Tito is still streaming. Oh, we're going over to Tito. So if you guys aren't familiar with Tito Bandito, he is, in my opinion, one of the best builders in Core Keeper. He has some amazing building skills and puts together some of the most creative stuff I've ever seen. So let's head over to his Twitch page and see what he is doing. Thank you guys again so much for joining me today. I will be back probably on Tuesday, if not on Wednesday, for more streaming as we'll continue this new everything with Core Keeper. So everyone stay happy, stay healthy, stay crazy. Have a wonderful night.